Hello guys, this is Gitansh here, and today we are going to build an ELT pipeline where we would be ingesting data from Google Sheets, and we are going to use tools like Airbyte, PostgreSQL for the databasing, and Metabase, an open source tool for creating dashboards and visualization of the various ingested data sources. We are going to use Docker for containerizing our application. So let's dive right. We have booted up our machine, and we are going to start with the setting up Docker for the ELT pipeline build for containerization. Before installing Docker from its website, official website, which will the link will be provided in the PDF walkthrough, we would need to enable two features on our Windows 11 system. So we would pull up the start and find Windows features, type out Windows features, let it open, and enable and remember to check the Hyper-V feature and WSL, Windows Subsystem for Linux. Click on OK, and you would be prompted to reboot your system. Follow that. Then going to Docker for Windows on your browser, download the executable and run it. You will get the Docker setup. The Docker tool will be set up. Now you're ready for the next part, which is Airbyte, installing Airbyte. The prerequisite for installing Airbyte is Git. If you have Git, then you can continue to the next step of the command line, or you can search for Git install on your browser, where you would install the 64-bit for Windows setup. You can run this executable again, similar to Docker's installation, and once it is completely installed, you can proceed to the next step. We are going to clone Airbyte from GitHub. So we are going to run this command in our command line. You're going to copy this command, git clone dash dash depth equal to 1, and the link of Airbyte. We are going to paste it and we're going to hit enter. I have already installed it, so I am going to remove this again. You need to hit enter and run this. Next, we are going to switch into the Airbyte directory. So we are going to hit cd Airbyte command on the uh, command line again. Sorry, we are going to go back to the PDF. Yeah. So we are going to paste cd Airbyte in our command line and hit enter again. So I have already installed it, so I'm not going to run it again. Then we are going to hit run AB platform command, and this would take some time. So there would be lots of installations happening. You can see the Airbyte getting installed after running this. It would take some time, and when once it settles up, you can log in into the Docker container. We would be creating the Docker container by docker dash compose up command, and now we would be ready for accessing Airbyte from our local machine. We can go to localhost 8000, and as you can see, Airbyte is ready to rock and roll. In Airbyte, now we are going to build a connection from sources and destination. First of all, our destination would be PostgreSQL, SQL, where we are going to create a new database. There would be a lot fields which we would be filling. There would be different fields. First, we would select PostgreSQL, and then we would fill in the database fields like the host. This would be provided by the employer, and you would be filling the host IP address, the database name, and the user. And in optional fields, you would be needing to fill the password, or you wouldn't. The connection wouldn't pass. The password would also be provided to you of the database. And now we are going to set up the destination. It's going to take some time, and you would get the destination successful message. Next, we are going to find out some database which we are going to ingest. We are going to use Kaggle, which is an amazing site with multiple databases. Here, we are going to download an IMDb database for the purpose of this walkthrough, uh, and we are going to extract it. The compress is going to be compressed, and we are going to extract it. Next, we are going to import it into our Google spreadsheets. Log into Google spreadsheets on your browser from your Google account. Next, we are going to click on File, and we are going to import the download and extracted database which of IMDb, which we have uh, recently downloaded from Kaggle. We are going to upload it from our local machine. Here we have uploaded it. Since I've already uploaded previously, I'm going to resend and directly importing it from there. This is already uploaded in our my drive. Now we're going to click on append to current sheet and import data. This is going to take a while as we have 10,000 entries. So let's wait. Takes quite a while, and it would take more time for actually opening the actually showing the different uh, entries, 10,000 entries. So let's uh, give it time. Sorry. While it's displaying the entries, let's go to the next step to take its time. We are going to create an API for talking with the spreadsheets and pulling the different um, entries of the spreadsheets into Airbyte. For that, we are going to go to the Google Cloud Console, and we are going to set up our new API for Google Sheets. These are the steps given in the PDF. These are the specific steps that you would need to follow. Here, so we can first we can see here that the 10,000 the data have been imported of IMDb. Entries have been imported. Let's go to the API console now. The link for this is also provided in the PDF of the presentation of the walkthrough. Now we're going to enable the API and services. We're going to search for Google Sheets API. Let's click on it. Let's enable this API on our account. And now we're going to create credentials for the first time if you're setting it up. Now let's click on application data. Now service account name. We can give any service account name. Then we are going to give permissions of basic editor. The service account name that you would give would be used again for sharing the Google Sheets with the account. If you want to give if you want to give other account, this is optional. Grant access to a service account, but you can give access to other Google accounts of your you can give access to your API to other Google accounts too if you enter it. Now we are going to go to credentials, and we are going to click on the edit button of our service account details. Here we have different options, and we are going to go to keys. We're going to click on keys and create a new key on in the add key drop down. It's going to be a JSON value, and we are going to hit create. So it's going to download this file on your computer, which you need to securely keep on your machine, and it would be used further for the authentication. Here I'm going to save it on my machine, and I'm going to open it and copy all the information and click on service account authentication and paste all of that information which I have copied from that file, from the JSON file. I would paste it over here in Airbyte. This would help us authenticate with the API. Next, we are going to share the spreadsheet link, the IMDb spreadsheet which we have created on Google Spreadsheets. We are going to share it with our service account of Airbyte. Let it load up. It's 10,000 values, so it takes time.
Let's hit share, and we need to share it with. We need to copy the link, the sharing link, and paste it in the Airbyte. Also, we need to give access to the uh, Airbyte service account, which we have copied from the API console. Next, we are going to copy the link and paste it in the Airbyte. The service account details are the same account which we have set up in the API, the API tab. After pasting both the information, we are going to test the source. We are going to click on test the source, and it will take some time to test. And all connections you can see have passed, so we can step on to the next part of the next part, which is adding a source. Now we have added the source. The next part would be making a connection. We have added the source and destination. Now we are going to set up a connection between both of them. So here we have set up the connection. It's fetching different schemas and authenticating between both of them. It's going to take a while. Now we can. These are different uh, we can make the changes to the name of the sheets, and we can add a namespace. Uh, we can schedule the refresh, how after how much time the API should be called to refresh the Google spreadsheet. We can right now I'm setting it on manual, since I'm going to sync it myself manually. You can also, as per your use case, you can change it to you can automate it too. Now we're going to it's pending, so we can hit on sync now, since it was on manual. You can see now it's syncing. It's going to take a while since it is 10,000 uh, entries, so we got to sit tight. Once it is synced, now we can uh, get into our metabase. We can run the commands for metabase on our we can run the metabase pull commands to containerize metabase. The sync is successful. You can see the sync has been successful. Next, we are going to set up our metabase container. We are going to do the same similar way. We are going to containerize it in our uh, command line. Now, after we go into the database, we can find this my sheet with IMDb values, and now we are successful in connecting, making building an ELT pipeline. We have connected it, and we can also see the dashboard. We can add different tags and filters to check out the different values and as per our requirements.